top 5 best rivalry weekend matchups. And look, if you didn't have a name, if your rivalry doesn't have a name, I didn't include it. So I'm sorry to North Carolina State. 2 8-3 teams, very evenly matched. But, you know, I'm trying to keep this fun here, Jack. So,
yeah, I mean we can try and dub it the Dogwood Derby, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll try. I mean, there's, you know,
tough.
the UNC and Duke is Tobacco Road, right? So like they have that. UNC and NC State, they just call it Carolina State game, which is fine. That's them. That's for their fans. For the purposes of this, you know, I needed some joie de vivre.
No, I get you.
Yeah. And by the way, we are, in case you haven't figured this out, I haven't been on the show until right now, so this segment is pre-recorded. Yeah, yeah, there you go. See, there's Jack. He's also not here today.
Hopefully.
But number 5, the Apple Cup. Look, I know that Wazzu has fallen on hard times lately, but this one will be a little bit personal. And I like rivalry week games that get kind of exciting and interesting are ones where one team has nothing to lose at all and potentially a bowl game to game. There's 2 games on this list exactly like that and can ruin the rival's whole season. Well, that's what Wazzu could do if they beat Washington this week. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is in Pullman, and so it could get interesting because it will be lit up. And I also put this on the list, even though it's an 11-0 team versus a 5-6 team, because they had the dadgone decency to put their petty differences behind them, and for the sake of their fans, keep it going.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
Yes, that to me, credit to both these universities for figuring it out and doing the right thing.
It's definitely the right thing, and I'm very happy about that. I do wonder if this year, because it doesn't strike me as a very ugly or mean rivalry. Like we want to beat y'all bad, but not like a hate-filled rivalry.
Oh, it's not like the Holy War.
But this might be the most hate-filled version of it.
Yeah,
like since a while and for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do. Like, I know you announced it this week, but for Washington's sake, like for Wazoo's sake, you maybe like your fans to think that this could be the last time. So they're really like, you know, knives out. But they're still going to be really lit up for this. Number 4, this one doesn't have a rivalry name. I'm just calling it The Last Ride. I named it The Last Ride. It's a one-off because, look, this is the last time. I know that Tech probably has a better shot at getting Texas on the schedule than TCU or Baylor or Houston would. Like, that's very true. But this is not going to happen for a long time. Because, look, Texas, to their credit, schedules out of conference really well. And even though they're going to the SEC and a lot of the teams they would schedule out of conference now become not that, they're going to avoid that for a little while. They're just going to. So this one could be very interesting. I don't think that Tech is winning on the road in Austin. That is not a thing that I think that they can do. But, again, this has got the Your Mark sauce on it. Texas has played kind of fast and loose the last couple weeks.
Your Mark sauce sounds like it should be a good sauce.
Yeah. But it has got Your Mark sauce is full of energy.
Is it the first ever caffeinated sauce?
It might be. Absolutely. Do you like barbecue sauce but always feel tired after you eat it? Well, no longer. You've got Your Mark sauce. You'll have energy.
Created in Brooklyn, New York.
Energy, ideas.
Anyway, yeah, should be a fun one.
Comes with a free assistant to write things down. Hey, got this. What if we play games Eastern Europe? Boom, write it down. Don't know if it's going to happen, but let's flesh that out. That's what he'd do. Number 3, the Sunshine Showdown. I particularly am not crazy about this rivalry name. I'm crazy about this game. It means a tremendous amount to me, and it has the same kind of weight on it that Washington and Wazzu does, in that it's an 11-0 team playing a 5-6 team at their place, and Florida would make a bowl game if they won, but that's like, they're not going to care about that. They're going to care that they ruined FSU's season. That's what they're going to care about. Now, FSU could lose to Florida and beat Louisville and win the ACC, and still they might lose both those games and still wind up in a New Year's Six bowl because you got to pick teams for that. But if they're not in the playoff because of this game, then that's all Florida needs. They don't need a big, gigantic Thanksgiving dinner that would be like it used to be, where this game affected the national title picture for both sides, for the winner completely. This could just be a nice meatball sub where it's like, this is delicious, and I'm glad it happened, and I'm happy that the people in Tallahassee are sad, and it's because of us. Now, Florida is also playing with their backup quarterback, so that's probably going to be a little harder than it would if Graham Mertz, and I can't believe I'm saying this, was in the game, but he's out. He shattered his collarbone the other night. It was he got lit up, and he was playing really well against Wazzu when he did. But he's out. Max Brown is in. So instead of Jordan Travis versus Graham Mertz, you get Tate Rodemaker versus Max Brown. The matchup you didn't know you always wanted. So, but yeah. And you can, for the people that don't follow either team, I can fill up a whole one sheet of paper on what I know about both these guys.
Yeah. And from a neutral's perspective, I mean, sitting here knowing what is on the line for Florida State and how much Florida would love to take all of that from them, I think you could tune in and easily, unless Florida State is finding a way to blow them out, I think you can easily get interested in that game.
Yeah, I think you could. Number 2, the Civil War, Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon State will make this very interesting. They're a really tough team, but I think this might be Oregon's toughest game of the year. Honestly, it might be. Oregon State just lost, and they're out of the playoff picture officially right now. So they I guess they were a couple weeks ago, but even still, that's kind of over for them. They're out of the conference title picture. So now it's just go get that dub. And this one, we don't know if they're going to play it again. We don't know if Oregon has the same sort of benevolence towards their in-state rival that Washington does. So this one, as far as the fans know, this is the last Civil War they're going to see for a little bit. So that could make it interesting there. I still think Oregon to me is the team, no matter which team you are that could wind up in the playoffs, if you told me which team would be on their list of we definitely don't want to see this team, Oregon to me is on everyone's list. Mm-hmm. Whereas Florida State might be on some teams' list, but not on others. Texas, whatever. Oregon is on every team's list. All the teams, the 9 teams that are still qualified for it, Oregon to be the one to me that would be top to bottom, all 9. And I guess Georgia, but But other than that, Oregon and Georgia to me would be across the board. Because I think some teams are I think we can get Ohio State and Michigan. I think we can get Washington. But I think all of them be I don't want to play Dan Lanning. Guy's kind of a psycho.
They're not the buzzsaw, but they're the hot team.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. It's just that guy's kind of a psycho. I don't want to be in the alley with him going all right, make a move.
I think I can beat him. I think I can. There's someone out there who I know I can't beat, but I don't want to play the guy where I'm I think I can. I want to play the guy where
Here's what's interesting to me about Dan Lanning is that the way he coaches with such, I don't want to say reckless abandon, but that he is confident in the decisions he makes and he takes big risks. That would make a lot of coaches go, oh, do I have to match that energy? And if it's not your style, then it comes across oh, well, you can't, that's something that I think he can do really well and he will do for years. And number 1, how could it be anything else? This is the only game that will for sure affect the playoff. For sure. Because all the other teams and playoff teams are mentioned in every single one of these games, but if it goes chalk in those other 4 games, then nothing changes from this week to next week. But in this one, for sure it'll happen. I'm picking Michigan. Wouldn't surprise me to see Ohio State, sneak up and surprise them. How much emotional baggage can Michigan carry? I don't know. But this one is the one, no doubt about it. Michigan and Ohio State will affect the playoff, and it will have a ridiculous TV number because we're all going to be watching it.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah. It's going to be wild. So that is the top 5. I hope you all have a happy, wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Spend time with your families or walk around the Gaylord Texan like I'm going to do. And I might ride the ice slide this year, Jack. Do you think I should wait in line and do that?
No.
No?
I think the line's just going to annoy you more than anything.
I'm not bad with lines. If there's something that's fun on the other end of the line.
Yeah, but I see this as like
there's a lot of children
waiting in line to get into a parade or something, and that just I know you hate that. That's like
look, if there's something fun at the end of a line, I'll like theme parks. All there for it.
If you think it's gonna be fun,
barbecue. I've waited in line for barbecue all across this country. So if there's something fun, I'll do it.